We're just moments away from the moment this whole thing ends. Voters stop voting, counters start counting, and the shape of the next government is moulded together. For the last 6 weeks, the political parties have been riding roller coasters, paddleboarding, in town halls and shops, eating cake, kissing babies, shouting off the top of their voices, shouting at each other, eating more cake, and kissing other babies, all to convince you to vote for them today. But it's your decision, the box you crossed at the polling station today, that sealed their fate. It's time to reveal your verdict in election 2024. I'm Jeremy Barr, and I'll be here all night bringing you the latest results, reaction and analysis as politics' most dramatic night arrives. This is Election Night from TNN News. Time almost then for the first act of the night's drama, the exit poll. As is custom, we've teamed up with the BBC, ITV and Sky News. We've polled 66,000 people across 214 constituencies in Great Britain, the largest exit poll ever conducted. But we've got to wait until exactly 10 o'clock, no peeking beforehand, and just to prove it, just behind camera is a police officer ready to escort you to jail if I were to reveal those results even 1 second too soon. But before that, we've got Tory Minister Donald Fromage joining us from his home tonight. Donald, what will you make of this exit poll if it indeed doesn't go your way?
Well, quite frankly, I don't see how it won't go my way. I think we are on an assured victory. But to entertain the idea of if it doesn't, well, first of all, I think we will strip Rishi Sunak naked and flog him like a horse.
Donald, thank you. We'll come back to him a little later. So, here it is, the joint broadcasters exit poll. Will Rishi Sunak stand any chance of remaining Prime Minister come tomorrow morning? Will Sir Keith Stafford sweep to power in the biggest political earthquake of this century? Just a few more seconds to go now. 10 o'clock. Fascinating. Our exit poll is suggesting that a majority of seats in the House of Commons won't be filled. A disaster for both major parties. Wow, let's have a look at those numbers. None of the above winning in 392 constituencies. If there were a political party, that would be a majority of 134. Labour on 166, that's down 34 on a notional 19 result. Note there are boundary changes this election. Lib Dems 24, SNP 12, Plaid Cymru 3, Greens gaining a seat. Nigel Farage, look at that, egg on his face. Nothing at all for reform. But it's the Tories tonight's biggest losers, down 340 seats. They'll hold just 32. Donald Fromage, are you about to lose your seat?
My seat? No! Absolutely not. Tories down in the gutter? No, I refuse to believe this nonsense. No, I believe the people will speak loud. They want Fromage in their parliament. They want Fromage seated.
Yes, you would say that, but this is bad for you. If you're losing to none of the above, that's not so bad. But your Labour opponent is looking to take the Cuthbertson seat outright, according to these projections. How could you explain that? Okay, well, you panic. We'll get on with the programme. We'll speak to you after your result.
Yes.
Ferdinand joins us again now from our election centre at TNN House. Ferdinand, what's your role tonight?
Well, I'll be collecting all the votes as they come in, and then I'll be counting them up, and then I'll be able to tell you who won first before any other news outlet can. And I'll be able to tell you who won from where.
Well, that's exciting. Not your normal job. You're usually our Director General.
Yeah, that is true. To be honest, I'm actually very bored.
Fair enough. So, tell us, what you think about this none of the above gambit from the government?
Well, the Tories seem fairly sure they'd lose a ton of seats. So what better an idea than to allow them to lose to nobody rather than somebody. Then, if they're still in government afterwards, they can try and fill those seats with more Tories until they eventually win outright. As long as there's hundreds of unfilled seats, the Tories will still think they have a chance.
Do you think it'll backfire? There's already been talk of a new political party forming whose sole ambition will be to not take up seats in the House of Commons until everyone else bucks up and gets their shit together.
Oh, of course it will backfire. They're so badly unpopular, they have no hope of staying in first place. At least according to the exit poll, if Labour can seize control, or if this no-tar party that's being discussed happens, then the Tories lose the initiative, and their vote could collapse even further still.
We'll keep up to date with your progress throughout the night. Oh, your first vote, sir. Ready to count.
Oh, right.
Good luck, Ferdinand.
Thank you.
The first results are closing in. Join us after this break for those important numbers. Every year, millions of trees are tragically killed by the force of lightning. That poor tree. That poor tree. That poor tree. But with your help, we can stop the senseless, mindless killing of trees by lightning. Yes, you, only you, can help. A donation of just £10 a month will save thousands of trees like these from the scourge of lightning. Your £10. Only your £10. Give us your £10, or this tree will die. Do you want this tree to die? Of course not, you're a perfectly reasonable person. So, give the £10. Still not coughed up the cash? Shame on you, you heartless son of a bitch. This tree's going to die because of you and your selfishness. What a sad little life. We'll kill this tree with lightning right now, unless you donate. Last chance, give us the £10. Now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ah, good. You finally came to your senses. Follow the details on screen to keep donating, or this tree will be next. You're not watching the BBC. The news is that the first result in this election is in. It's for the seat of Craigleith. Convincing Labour win on a brand new seat. Very high turnout as well, 96.2%. And if we look at the notional swing, okay, problem for swing along over to there. Kristin Allen, a pretty abysmal performance there. No votes, how?
It was a difficult campaign, Jeremy. Lots of appetite on the doors for my proposal, and I must say modern day culture is still a problem that needs to be tackled by the next government.
Yes, I get that, but no votes at all? You couldn't even vote for yourself?
Who actually goes and votes? It's lame.
But that's an admission that even you don't believe in your own policy platform.
That's not true. I
I'm
absolutely...
going to stop you there. If you had faith in it, you would have voted for it. And people did vote. 96% turnout.
Yeah, but loads of them went for none of the above, so that doesn't really count.
Kristin, stay there. Some news that's just come in. The formation of that none of the above party has just been confirmed in the last few seconds. We understand it'll simply be called No Ta, and those who join will get a £1,500 joining bonus. Not sure how they're funding that, but more detail here. Those who stand for the party and get elected won't take their seats, except to immediately call another election, and they've already launched a manifesto for the next election. It's this blank piece of paper.
Joined! Easy 1,500, nice one!
And this news flash just in as well. They've asked Kristin Allen to become its leader. Kristin?
Obviously.
And there you have it. No Ta, have a leader. We'll speak again, Kristin. Ferdinand, how are things getting on in that counting centre of yours?
Don't talk to me. And 164 and 193 and 239.
Let's take a look at this result that's in from Chesterton-on-Sea. Yep, this clearly is the biggest win for none of the above we've had all night so far. Again, a very large turnout, 91.4%. Note the independent candidate there, Poll. That's Poll from the Teletubbies. It's not a protest vote. Someone at the BBC genuinely thought that those 4 main Teletubbies characters would be a good fit for Parliament and got them nominated. But that wasn't without controversy. Police appear to be looking into an issue where several excitable 3-year-old children were given permission by poll workers to cast votes in the constituencies where they're standing. So I'm sure we haven't heard the last of that. The seat itself, a Lib Dem stronghold, they'll be disappointed to have lost that one tonight on a swing of that towards TNN, it seems. That, I think, is a mistake. We'll get that fixed. By the way, the Tories losing their deposit isn't even going to make the big headlines tonight, I fear. We'll be back after this break for more results and analysis. In true metaphoric fashion, let's get a visual feel for how things have gone for each party so far tonight. Let's start swinging, and let's look at the parties having a gentler swing. We're talking Labour, the Greens and Reform. Whatever it is they've done, it hasn't had nearly the impact they wanted. Labour losing seats back here, Reform staying exactly still, and the Greens, well, have also barely had to move. And then we have a look at the Lib Dems. They've had a strong night, relatively speaking, tripling their seat count from the last election, but we'll have to swing quite a lot higher here to see the full picture. Woo! Woo! Ah! Ah! Okay, this is scary. The Tories have had a shocker! Down so many seats is impossible to represent on the swing, and none of the above. Storming to victory. Look at the swings here. Look how high I'm pushing me. Even my legs can't reach. Oh, Whew. That's quite a lot of exercise. I'll pass back to Hollywood while I recover. Welcome back. Here's Ferdinand again, busy still counting.
Oh no, I lost count. I'm gonna have to start all over again. 1.
Ah, some issues there. Hopefully we'll get him back on track in just a moment.
3.
Got a message that reached us a little while ago from a viewer, and I'll read this to you in the only way I think is appropriate. I am outraged that you've taken my mum's episodes of EastEnders away from her this week. She's not interested in people hitting a ball between each other, or people voting in this bloody election. I demand that you bring it back, alongside Pointless and Beechgrove Garden, immediately. Or you hear from my lawyer. Definitely a rational, well thought out message, and I hope she gets what she wants later rather than sooner. Okay, big result coming in now. It's Donald Fromage's seat in Cuthbertson, and it's come after 3 recounts. Wow. Seat staying vacant by a margin of just 1. Remarkable. Labour's Peter Dunn will be bitterly disappointed to have lost in that way. Oh! Okay, that's definitely not supposed to happen. Can someone fix that? Well, I think that was worse for Fromage than even he might have expected. Not only has he lost his seat, but he's lost it in a landslide. £500 deposit fare is gone. Donald, what do you make of it?
Fuck. They can't take my deposit off me like that. That's my money.
Donald, have you read the election rules?
Yes, of course I did.
But really, did you read them? Because page 126 makes absolutely clear that you forfeit that £500 deposit if you fail to secure 5% of the vote. You had to agree to that.
No, I didn't agree to that. Not at all. I will get my money back.
No, you won't, but good luck trying.
You dare doubt me?
Well, I didn't doubt you'd lose your seat. Anyway, Mr. Fromage, it's been a terrible night for the Tories. How do you regroup? More importantly, how do you get new leadership in play? Why would anyone want to throw their hat into the ring now?
Well, you forget. David Cameron is still our leader. And I suspect we will wish to support him continuing in that role.
David Cameron quit 8 years ago. Your current leader, Rishi Sunak, is expected to announce his departure in just a few hours' time. You're leaderless.
Well, I don't believe you on either account. Nobody's resigning today, I promise you.
Are you in Delulu lands?
Well, I couldn't possibly say.
Okay, sounds like it. Bye, Donald. Thank heavens that git is off my screen. How's Ferdinand getting on? So, there you have it. It's been a dramatic night in Britain, with both major parties losing their grip on power. The Tories dropping more than 90% of their seats, Labour rolling backwards still, the country in grave uncertainty on what its next steps are, potentially the rise of a new force in British politics, and a protest group that won't accept any direction of travel from today's politicians. It's going to be a long few years as our political alignment shifts in a whole new way. CNN will have continuing coverage of the events to follow as the new day goes on, including a special election edition of The Day Begins tomorrow morning from 6. That's with Keith Roberts and Angela Bird. But from me, at Holyrood, it's good night. We're just moments away from the moment this whole thing ends. It's been some of the most mind-numbing, depressing 42 days of our lives.
Don't murder anyone. Don't steal.
Vote for a better Britain. Vote for a Bridgerton Britain.
Thank you.
Tally fucking ho, get the fuck away, get the fuck...
We will make the earth flat again!
Jeremy. 10 o'clock. Fascinating.
No, I refuse to believe this nonsense.
Good luck, Ferdinand.
Thank you.
This tree's going to die because of you and your selfishness.
Joined. Easy 1500. Nice one.
And none of the above! Storming the victory, look at us! Oh, it's good night.